Plus, just think of all the times people sat in this truck and didn't wash their hands, touched this truck, touched all this stuff, and then ate a burger, or, you know, put something in their mouth or something. God, it's just... I mean, there's a toothpick. That's a toothpick right there. Hey guys, so finally we're having a halfway sunny day this Saturday. I've got our crud cutter. I've got some Dawn power wash, which we use for dishes. I got a dollar store scrub brush that the dog decided to grab, but that's okay. And we've got paper towels, and we're going to clean this disgusting dashboard today, as well as probably disconnect this too. But as you can see, it's really disgusting, so that's something I'm going to start doing right now. And as you can see, we sat some seats in here. Can't really sit in them because they're not bolted down to anything, but just wanted to see how they looked. All right, so first off, I got to unplug plugs here. So let's see. Why is there screws? All right, I gotta get a screwdriver for this, and we're gonna take this off. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. Screws don't do anything, so we're going to take the top one off. That's one, and then we're going to take off the green at the bottom, green and red here, and they're disconnected. And I'm going to take this, pop this out. So those two are disconnected, and then get a screwdriver. I'm gonna pop this plastic clip up. This should work fine. Come on. So you can just see how cruddy all this stuff is. What is this? Fuse panels there. Okay. So we can see these are snapped, so we can pop those out. There's one, two, three. And all right, so that's, oh, and here's the light switch. There we go. All right, so light switch is right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start spraying. First off, I'm going to spray this Dawn on here. this stuff gets grease off of pans and pots and stuff, and so I'm sure it'll work really good on all of this. So I just want to get a lot of shit just disgusting. All right. So we're gonna let that sit for a minute or two, and then we'll go ahead and start wiping this down. Then we'll use crud cutter and we'll use our scrub brush. All right, so I got a bucket of water here. Now we're gonna spray some crud on it. And hopefully we'll get rid of a lot. First, we're just going to wipe it down. Get that first layer. Oh God, look at that. This is a layer of just smoke, nicotine, whatever. Get that off of everything that we can. There's just layers of nicotine, dirt on everything, and it's underneath here. It gets into all the cracks and crevices underneath the dashboard, and we just need to just get rid of it. Yeah, I thought I had rubber gloves somewhere. I don't, but it's all right. Look at that. That's just so nasty. This. Okay. Probably should get another filter for him. Well, not even probably. Like, most definitely I need to get another cabin filter. Look at that. Ugh. This is just disgusting. So this is just the first wipe. I mean, this is just the first wipe in here. Man, there's 20 some years, 27 years of grossness. And here's the other thing, guys, when you have this much nastiness of just, you know, it does affect the wiring, it affects all the, you know, it affects the connections, affects how things work, affects how, whether things last. I mean, it's not that it's just dirty, it's just, you know, it just affects every part of your vehicle. From how it works, how electronics, I mean, electronics will go bad because the contacts and everything will just get coated with the nastiness that we're seeing. I mean, we're talking the duct work. This gets clogged. You know, plastics break down. All the chemical reactions. You know, it's just all this stuff. This is nasty. Plus, just think of all the times people sat in this truck and didn't wash their hands, touched this truck, touched all this stuff, and then ate a burger, or, you know, put something in their mouth or something. God, it's just... I mean, there's a toothpick. That's a toothpick right there. Are you kidding me? Somebody used... somebody touched this nastiness and then put a finger in their mouth. So that was just the first, that's just the first wipe down, guys. Oof. Wow. All right. I'm gonna have to work on this for a little bit. We'll come back. I'm gonna start with spraying this again. And then using this brush. That's why I bought this brush. Let me clean this and I'll come back and show you the difference. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the sunlight, but we'll give it a shot. I have to take this radio out too. Ugh. All right. Yes. That was what was inside. That's inside the air duct. Nasty. Alright, going inside this air duct with a fresh, brand new paper towel. Alright, much better. Okay. Whew. It's looking a little bit better. Not much, but it's looking a little better. Yeah. So at least it looks like we're getting the top layer of nicotine off, and that will be an achievement in itself. Then we can actually clean up the rest of this thing right here. Remember, we're going to be replacing the steering column. I don't think we're replacing the steering wheel though, so we might as well clean this thing. Let's see what this... There's a channel called Flying Wheels. I don't know if you ever watch it. I watch. A guy named Craig. He owns a dealership up in, I want to say New Hampshire, Rhode Island, up in the northeast of the US. And he gets completely, I mean, I think he's kind of a little germaphobe. I don't know. But I like his channel, but he always talks about like wearing gloves when he, you know, is driving a car that's not his, I guess. And after seeing this, you know why. So anybody who gives him shit about it, you know, it's like, seriously, look at this nasty thing. I'm sure there's some of you out there that work construction or plumbers or something, and this is like not even close to what you probably come to contact on a normal day. But for many of us, this is just, many of us, this is just very, very nasty. But if you're gonna work on cars, you gotta be ready to do this nastiness, because there ain't nobody gonna take all this nicotine off this car but me. So, and you gotta think like the smoke. Okay, so where does the smoke go when you're smoking? Well, smoke rises. So you have to make sure you get underneath things, because all that yellow that you're seeing on this paper towel is nicotine that's been sitting there probably, I would say, for years. Okay. Now that we've done Dawn Platinum Power Wash, the dish soap, you know, gets the nasty off. It's what they use on ducks and all kinds of stuff like that, ducks, wildlife, and everything. And that we've used half a roll of paper towels, and if that concerns you, yeah, I'm sorry, but if you need to go and, you know, I don't know, munch on grass or do something else to save my carbon footprint, feel free. But today we're making a mess, because it's the only way to get all this nastiness out of a car. And by the way, for those who always say, well, you know, I believe in stuff that's natural. Well, tobacco is natural. Nicotine's a natural substance. But it still doesn't make it any less disgusting. It doesn't make me, as someone who's never smoked, want to be around it. Alright. That's right here. You can see the yellowness of that. Look at how it's just, the yellowness came onto this. Just nasty. And while I will be putting the ashtray, I don't know if I'll put the ashtray back in, there will be a door there. I may just make it into something that has like Bluetooth or something else, because there won't be anybody smoking in this truck once I get it done, or before that actually. So, and like I said, look, if you want to smoke, that's on you. I'm not busting people's smoke. My father smoked Lucky Strike unfiltered till the day he died. So, of course, he died from emphysema and other stuff. Had a couple heart attacks. But, you know, to each his own. Whatever, you know, people can pick their own poison in life. I've picked spending all my money on cars and car related things and video related things. So, you know, everybody has something in life. Everybody has something. Oh man. I wonder what Derek from Vice Grip Garage is doing today. Nasty. Bet you he's somewhere on the road up north in Tennessee fixing something in a field. That dude is amazing at what he does. If you don't watch Vice Grip Garage, you need to. That's what really got me into doing a YouTube channel. And I literally watch it. I just was watching the one with he went up to my old stomping grounds, Pennsylvania, got a Fairlane race car, raced it at Maple Grove, which was a track I used to go to in high school. So I was kind of jealous that he was up there, to be honest with you. I would have loved to have been up in Pennsylvania, but of course it's only like 17 degrees in Pennsylvania today, so maybe not. What is this? Piece of tape. Yeah, we don't need tape. All right. So, yeah, there's a couple good channels out there. So, stay tuned. Another good channel. If you haven't watched that, that's an excellent channel. Relatively new, but the guy who runs it out of Pennsylvania, he used to do a whole bunch of stuff on Motor Trend, and again, great channel if you're a car guy to watch. So I would highly recommend that one. My friend Jim is starting his channel up. He has a new channel, and you'll meet Jim here. Jim's gonna help me put the floor in. He's gonna help me put the engine in. We'll talk more about his channel in a couple days, probably. God, look at how nasty this is. Let's see, what else we got under here? Oh, right there. Missed that whole area right there. But if you're somebody who, like I said, if you're somebody who smokes and you want to smoke, that's great. But if you plan on leaving like a vehicle to your kids, then you might want to do what I'm doing today and do it before 22 years goes by. So you don't have to do as much as I'm doing just to get this clean enough to feel comfortable having people ride in it. It's a just simple request. All right. Okay. Little black box I always talk about right there. Let's see. We're just going to wipe everything we can, because I don't know next time I'm going to be having this whole thing apart. Oh God, look at that. See, isn't that nasty? That's just nasty. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take these front pieces off and get in there. All right, I'll have to look up how to do that. I've never actually taken these front pieces off. They may not even come off. Maybe you have to unscrew them. But it's like black in there, and I just can't deal with that. So. Okay. Well, I gotta get that tape, black tape residue off. Little area. Because when we paint this, which we're going to paint it with that dye, we're going to paint this dashboard with the dye. I don't want all this sticky crap or a ridge where the new dashboard is supposed to be, where the new, not dashboard, but new cluster. I'm not going to take the windshield out, but we are going to paint this area right here. We're going to paint over there. I know there's a cut in the dashboard there, and there's a couple ways you could seal that. You could seal it with well, I could spray some foam in that, basically just sand it down, cut it down, put some foam in that, and then spray over the foam. That's one way of doing it, and we may try that. But there's a couple different other things, but for now we're just trying to get this all clean enough to be able to spray the dye, which are the vinyl fabric dye, and dye this dashboard. Okay, so now that I've got this all cleaned up, I don't have the cut fixed yet. I don't know if I'm going to fix it, but I know what I'm going to do is we are going to spray this duplicolor and we will be spraying this whole dashboard. So I'm just going to take this, put that there, spray, move it, spray, move it, like that, and so on. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test it on this piece right here. Okay, so that's the piece that goes over there. Looks like it's working. Alright guys, so I'm just putting a light tack coat on to start with. Just trying to get a little coverage on everything as we go across. It's not really anything different than painting a model car to me. And this looks like paint, but it's actually a plastic dye. That is the first coat right there. There's the old gray. There's the old gray. And there's the new dash right there. Now, yeah, these got painted there and there, but I can always touch those up, respray them black, because I've done that before on models, which are, I've done dashboards that are this tall. So doing a big giant dashboard is not really that hard. And this is going to look a whole lot nicer than it did just a little while ago. So there we go. Well, and you can see there's the mark from the gray to the tan right there that the wire blocked. So we'll have to jam this up in here for a minute and find a place where this will hang and stay. There we go. And let me just do a light tack coat first, and then we can go back here and do a thicker coat, and it won't run. At all. So we'll just do a second coat here. It's not going to run, and we can wipe it off the glass if there's overspray. That's the one nice thing about glass. Okay, so next, once this dries, all we have to do then is put the new instrument panel, which is black, on there, put these other pieces back on, and finally the dashboard will be good. We will be, like I said, we're gonna get a new steering column, so I'm not worried about the steering wheel at this moment. The steering wheel we're gonna keep, steering column will be painted, or will be brand new, so hopefully we'll get that sooner than later. All right, well, there we go, guys. That's just one more thing we did, and I hope you like this, and I'll put it back together here in a minute and show you what it's like once we put it back together. So we got the dashboard. So dashboard's painted right here. We're gonna wait. Well, that should dry pretty quick, actually. But now that the dashboard is done, we're gonna start doing some of these other pieces. This is the new center console right here, and so we'll clean this real good with the crud cutter. So we can go ahead and clean that. Now this is not near as dirty as the other one, because this came out of that Junkyard F250, and it wasn't really that dirty of a truck. So we're pretty much just cleaning up what we can on this, getting any grease or oil stains that we see or dirt off it, and then we're going to do a respray. So this thing actually would probably clean up pretty good even if we didn't spray it, but I'd like everything to match, so we're going to go ahead and spray this. So make sure everything is basically the same color when we're done with this interior. So me get some sandpaper and sand that a little bit. Very hard to do one-handed. The biggest thing that I'm trying to do right now is get the dirt, grease, and grime off of the plastic. So anything that would interrupt the paint from sticking. That's pretty much what we're doing. So, because this is a stain, and we just want to make sure we get as much dirt and grease and grime and oils as we can off of the plastic, so it'll absorb the paint, or the dye rather. All right, let me pull this up there. Fingerprints, you know, dirt like that. Things where 1,000 fingers, places where 1,000 fingers and hands have been. So, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna go and get the paint, or the dye rather, and we'll put on some coats on this, see how this turns out. All right. Okay, so we're just again gonna do light coat for the first coat. I said it's like painting a model car, and I do, if you watch the channel, I paint 1,000 model cars. So you're just painting it just like a model car. So that's the first tack coat, and then we'll come back in about 4 or 5 minutes and do a second, and then a third. And I think 3 coats will work fine on this. All right, we'll be back shortly. All right, in the meantime, we'll go ahead and take the paper off here. And get this tape there. This is the trash. Off the trash. Okay. We'll take this off here. There we go. That's done. That's off. Take it off of here. There we go. And where the radio was. Okay. Put the radio back in here. There we go. Okay. all this tape. All right, so here's our brand new, for lack of a better word, dashboard here. Now we will have to take that fuel, this one here, fuel there. I don't know what this, I don't know what that, we'll have to move this to here. I don't know what that is. That's, they have here, I don't know what that is. But we don't have to do that at the moment. So right now, if I take this and I put it over here, oh, I'm not. What do we do here? We're gonna have to, so this here goes up in here. Okay. Like that. All right, so that's gonna be there like that. So that's gonna look good. And so the piece is on here. So this piece here has got to go into that window. These three here, so I got to put those in as well. So I have some work to do on moving that stuff over. However, that will look very nice. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. Sorry, the sun's in the way. Come out and take another look at it after the sun goes down there. But I don't know if you could see. This is how it's going to look. We're painting that piece right there. Painting that, and we're painting the cup holder here with a black. Let me show it to you. Rust-Oleum black peel coat, peelable matte black rubber coating. So we'll put that on here so it'll be flexible. Meanwhile, here is our center console right there. And yeah, it's got a couple cuts on the top there. Ain't nothing I can really do about those. Maybe sand them down and try to repaint that a little later. But in the meantime, I'm just going to repaint this piece here, and then we're going to go eat some supper, and I'll be done eating supper, and we'll get back to work on this tomorrow. But I am very happy with the way it's turning out, honestly. I think it's going to be a nice looking truck. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. is our newly painted center console. Hey guys, I just wanted to kind of quickly end this video, like showing you. So we went and repainted these pieces here, and we repainted the button, and pull this. So I have not connected here. We didn't connect up the alright, so I have not connected this in yet, and there's a simple reason is we're going to be removing this dash again once we're ready to Alright, so we had to take the switch, the fuel switch, off of the old one. Now the old one was all cracked and broken, and seeing how it was missing where the two 20 torque, the little 220 torque sheet metal, not sheet metal, but the screws that are going to go into this plastic. So we're going to put that in, and we'll put those screws in. I'll have to find some real quick. We'll put those in now. There is a light on here. This light right there. I'm not sure what this switch is for. Oh. I'm not sure what the switch was for, and I believe it sits here like this in there, and I don't know if it's factory or not. It looks factory on this truck, so I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we do have the connectors for it right there. And so I may just have to, I may have to actually cut into the dashboard there, and a new dashboard to put this switch in. So probably just use a Dremel tool, cut right there for the switch to sit in there. And let me do that. Now, when you connect these back up, I can show you here. Behind each of these here, and we'll show it on here. See how this is the old one, right? So if you look, let's just move this out of the way for a second here. So how this sits in here, like that. See that screw right here? This torque bolt here actually goes through a hole that's in here. So this torque bolt right there, that's a 20 torque there, and a 20 torque there, those will hold this on. So we'll take those out. When we put this back in, we'll pop these covers back off, and these will secure it here. So I have the bolt there and the one there already. So really the only thing I have to do is get this switch in here. I'm really trying to figure out what this switch is for. I've looked for it on the I've looked for it, and I really can't find what it does on anything online. I don't know what this switch is for, but it is wired, and on the original dash it looks like, you know, it is something that It looks like it's something that should be there, and this is like an aftermarket dash. It doesn't have that. So it's not going to take much to do this. I mean, it's like doing a model kit if I want to put a piece in. So I basically just have to measure this out, push this in, and then we will we'll connect it up. So let me go ahead and figure out where my Dremel tool is, and I'll get this going. Okay. Well, I don't have the screws that came with the old one. So I have this little screw assortment here, and there's got to be a screw in here that will, I think that might be one right there. Let's see. That will not crack these. I think that one might work. Won't crack the plastic, so it won't be so thick that it cracks the plastic, and it won't be too long that, oh, I think that might be it right there. Let's look at one of these. And it won't be so long. Let's see. That's a little too long, I think. Oh. Well, maybe even one of these in the over here. You don't want it so long that it bottoms out. This one actually may be it right there. Yeah, I would say that one. So let's get one of those. And another one of those right there. Okay. Alright, so I think we're going to be able to use these. It should go through without cracking. They aren't so long they're going to crack anything. A little thicker than I want, but I actually think they will work. Where's that one? Alright, we'll try one of these. I think this is going to be perfect. There we go. So side is in. And we'll put the other one in. So, yep, perfect. Thing is trying to, I guess, make the cut for this to go right there. All right. All right, so we'll put this one right there. We'll figure it out. Okay. So somebody left this door hanger on the front door, which is perfect. It's like a piece of cardboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because if you see there's a lip on this all the way around. So what I'm going to do is actually make a template hole in this, and then I'll be able to trace that template hole here. So that there. So I'm going to actually make the hole here and make sure I have the right size prior in this piece of cardboard prior to cutting anything. And I can just take that template and put it there, trace it onto there, and then cut from here out. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And honestly, folks, like when you watch me on Model Monday, I mean, making a hole in a piece of plastic with a Dremel that's going to fit a very small piece of plastic pretty well. That's like basic model building. So it's not as difficult as it seems. You just want to make sure before you do it, before you do your final cut, that everything is exactly how it should be. So just went into my model box, got my square, and we'll go ahead and measure this. Let's see. So let me measure this real quick. I have, this is corner here. The inside cut is going to be 30, 28. Do 28. See this? So I'll just put this here. Inside cut is going to be at 28 by 28 by 10. 28 by 10. Okay, so that's 28. That's 10 by 28. And that is the correct width for the body of the piece to go in there, but not the lip. The lip is bigger. So I can cut this now, this hole, with razor blade, and then use this piece of cardboard as a template to go right there. Punch this out. There we go. Cut this side one more time here. There we go. Pop out. We'll cut it one more time. For whatever reason, it wants to hang there. There. That should come out. Oh, there we go. Alright, so now we have our template there. We also have one here, so I can basically, I could place that right there and say that's where I want to have it, right there. So, or I can place this over that, cut that here, hold on. Cut this out. Now I have this template as well. I can go there instead. So if I don't want to use, that, I can just put this here and use that as a cutting template. Cut it down to size and do that, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it that way. So I'll cut this down a little bit more so it fits right into that spot right there. And then I can just leave this on here as a cutting template for the Dremel. Okay, that's what I'll do. And I'm going to take a silver Sharpie, trace the inside hole, and that'll draw it onto the piece of plastic. To draw it on the inside of the piece, and now I can just cut it and cut the silver part out, and that is where that will go. So there we go. Alright, so I got a box, an old box, this is hollow, to cut on. I got my Dremel with a Dremel cutting tool on it. And on. Cuts right through. Very easy. So we're going to take so we have the two cuts here. So we have those, the first two long cuts are there. So next thing we have to do is cut this way. Now that's going to be hard because we can't just cut it across because this blade's too wide. So I think we're going to cut an X. And we can just drill and sand that. We have a rough cut here, and then we just basically can cut the rest of it, just file it smooth, and then we will go ahead and get what we need out. So actually I could probably do a little bit on this side. There we go. There. Alright, so if you look, now you have our hole. So you can see it right there. Maybe you can see it better. So there's the hole. We just have to clean that up, and then we can put our thing through that. We can put the switch through that. Now we've cleaned that, filed it, and let's see. I'm hoping, I don't know which way's up, which way's down, but let's push it through and see. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Looks like it was factory made. Alright, so now we just go put this in, and then we'll go put it into the truck. Alright guys, good morning. So finally, we have a brand new dash in here. Look at that. What do you think, guys? We paint it, not brand new. I mean, this is all new. I put in the old fuel switch, this switch, that, repainted these, used these from the old one, these two inserts, that one and that one. Other than that, only $23 for this this piece right here. And then we painted yesterday the dashboard. Now I still have to put in the ashtray, and we have to put in the glove compartment this morning. Yeah, I see this here. I think what I could do is I can either shoot foam in there, do paintable foam, or I could do a paintable, I think paintable foam would probably be the best, or I can just do a paintable caulk, maybe do that, or I can just leave it the way it is and put a dash cover on it as well. So there's all kinds of things that we can do, but right now I'm very happy with how this worked out. Here's our, oh, that's backwards, but anyway, and we're going to work on the rest of the stuff. And I did clean the steering wheel, even though because we're going to use the steering wheel. Like, I'm not worried about this. I see you guys might see this. That's part of the column. The column's going to have to get replaced. But yeah, we're coming along. Changing the whole color of this interior. It'll look nice, I think. So anyway, next we're going to take these cruddy doors and that one off, and we're going to build the I have the cover, this part here, for there, but as you can see, it's been pretty destroyed. So I have a couple thoughts on how to rebuild that, and I already bought the material, so I'll kind of show you that. But first things first, pull that off. We're gonna get these door covers off, and I have a new one for this side that's on a door that's in the back of my truck over there. But for now, this will be the end of this video, since I wanted to show you how to do this and that. So we did the dashboard, and we did the center console. So next time will be the other parts, and we'll be doing that today. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.